Are we just gonna let his hair just go by without any comment?
It's a full coif tonight. It looks good.
You really got going on right now. Don't mess it up.
It's very full.
I haven't washed my hair now in 6 weeks.
Get the hell out of here.
Stop it.
Swear to God.
6
That
weeks.
can't be possible.
At least.
But you're jumping in a swimming pool or something, right? Like it's
Yeah, sure. But I don't there's no shampoo, nothing.
Yeah, but that's not good. You don't want to be jumping in a swimming
very
pool.
good. Yeah, because
actually we
use soap
shampoo too
behind the
much.
ears and back of the neck.
Yeah.
That's it.
That doesn't clean your hair.
But your hair doesn't need to be clean, Josh. It's like
It
Valentine's
does if you
Day.
go. It does if you go
Josh.
into a pool.
Josh, it's the corporate machine that's convinced you need to use shampoo. All it does is dry your hair out.
Are you talking about the big boys at Pert?
Yes. The big boys
Big players at Pert and Pantene or
first
Miss
2
Smith
weeks,
out
you
there?
don't do it. You get a little film of grease.
Yeah,
but
that's
then
pretty
it's
gross.
gone. It's gone.
Where does it
Your
go?
body's it goes. Your scalp reaches an equilibrium.
So your scalp doesn't itch at all right now. Your scalp doesn't
Nope.
itch. It doesn't smell. Nothing.
I don't look at it. I mean, you're gonna really say I'm doing something wrong.
You can't argue with the results.
Yeah, it looks good. I'm not gonna. I hate to admit it. I hate to say it. It does look good. But to not wash for 6 weeks,
It's defying logic.
It seems.
It's not. You guys can Google this stuff. It's like lots of TikToks and whatever.
You know what? You might be right because I remember watching Land of the Lost and none of those cavemen were bald. None of them.
Right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to the FTS podcast, Friends Talking Shop, a podcast about the general nonsense in our lives and hopefully yours. And hope you appreciate joining us here today for episode 70.
70.
We have reached the ripe old age of 70 years
Another
old.
milestone.
That's right.
FTS.
Last week was 69, and this week is 70.
Well, that makes sense.
That's right. That's how
we go in numerical order here. Yeah.
That's right. So I'm your host, Dave. I'm looking forward to, we haven't done this in a few weeks here, so sorry again. This is just, we're not one of those weekly podcasts because we have to build content. We have to live life to have content. Although we just saw evidence that Josh may have no life given all the content he's creating on his own. But for the rest of us, we need to live lives to have something to talk about. So
yeah.
So thanks again for joining us. I'm your host, Dave. I have two other hosts with me. I mentioned one already, but let's say hello to him. First, we'll say hi to Josh. Josh, how you doing this week?
Yeah, I'm doing well. I was we're coming off the holiday weekend, the Memorial Day weekend, so that's always nice. So I was down at the beach with the family, and you know what? We noticed. I was watching baseball with my brother-in-law, and we were watching the Phillies, and we started to notice. I said to him, "I go, boy, you realize how many baseballs they must go through in a game? Because you're just watching it, and if you watch for it." Next time you watch baseball, watch them every time they throw out a baseball, basically, and get a new one to the pitcher. It's nonstop. And he goes, you know what's amazing? He noticed. He says, when the pitch hits the dirt, right?
Yep.
They throw out that baseball every time.
Yep. No good.
Every time. But when a hitter hits it to the outfield, and it, or it's a grounder that, goes through the infield and the outfielder plays it and brings it in, that ball is fine, and that ball is played sometimes again.
Yeah,
sometimes.
that's true. Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yep.
So I looked it up. How many baseballs do you think are used in an average Major League game? I have the range.
All right. So I'll say in a half inning, I'm going to say, because all the foul balls, I think there could be 20.
It's
so
everything.
That's 40. So I'm going to round it up to 400.
400?
I'm going to say 100, 118.
Wow. 400 is ridiculous, Dave.
What? Why?
Omar basically nailed the range. It is 96 to 120 baseballs are used per game.
Are you sure that's not every 3 innings?
You know what that shows? That I'm more American than David.
That is not, that is not every inning.
Well, look, what I did is I figured how many foul balls are in a half inning. There could easily be 5 foul balls, right? And then all the scuffed up. Yeah, maybe.
There's nine. Right. There's 9 innings.
What did I do? I don't
20, know what you did.
Yeah. Look, I rounded up. It was.
You rounded up to 400. But even that,
I'm happy with my answer.
Don't you think that's a colossal waste? Basically 100+ baseballs every major league game. Every team plays 182 games. That's a shit ton of baseballs.
Well, that's probably what they do with those baseballs, Josh, when they're finished. Maybe they give them to homeless kids.
Well, all the foul balls go to some happy fan, and all the ones that are scuffed
up. You give them to homeless people.
What are homeless people doing with baseballs?
Juggle?
Yeah. Well, yeah, they need 3 though. They need 3.
Yeah.
And then they can that would actually be good. Then they can juggle, put the hat out, collect some money.
I bet you if you were homeless and I gave you a baseball, that you figure something out of it to put food on your plate.
Well, first of all, if you're homeless and you gave me anything of any type of any value whatsoever, I'm taking it. That's number one.
And then you probably used to buy drugs or booze. No. That's why you're homeless.
You know what? That is the worst stereotype ever. I'm going to put it in my shopping cart.
Cash. This is very true. You gotta give them food.
Yeah. Someone said that to me once. I said, I'm going to give this guy $1. And he said, don't. They're just going to use it to buy booze. And I'm like, you know what? Fine.
Really?
Well, don't you think so? I mean, it's like it's their prerogative. Look, would I rather they get a sandwich? Yeah, but I mean, they're not exactly. Life is not really treating them the best at that moment, and so maybe an escape is what.
But you're furthering their addiction.
Well, I don't know if it's an addiction. Maybe it's just an escape. Maybe they're just like, boy, this day sucks. I'm homeless again. I might as well grab a beer. I don't know.
Maybe that's a gross stereotype, but they are homeless. We're starting with the fact that they're homeless.
They're homeless.
So the probability is that drugs or alcohol is probably a problem.
Dave, we saw the sign for Josh years ago. He's always had a propensity for the bottle. Okay? Yeah, we know this.
He does. He's sympathetic to others that do as well. I guess I get that.
Listen, I'm not. It's not sympathetic. It's just like, who am I to tell them what to do with it? That's all.
I don't think Josh would be very good at an intervention either, Josh. You want to know why? Because I think it's very difficult to take you seriously. I'm not kidding.
True.
Yeah,
that's probably
during
true.
During the hard conversation, you'd be finding ways.
It would be hard
jokes.
for me to be serious and talk seriously and not have someone just laugh at me.
Have you guys ever been part of an intervention or know of a real life one? Like
I've been target of a few.
Hey, speaking of intervention, that's a great lead-in, Dave. We're going to intervene. Omar has not washed his hair in 6 weeks.
Yeah,
and I'm calling it
more.
And I'm calling this an intervention now. Omar, for the love of God, please wash your hair.
You guys were just complimenting my hair at the beginning.
It looks great, but it's through. I'm seeing it through the internet, so I don't smell it. I don't smell it, and I don't see what maybe is growing in it. If I was closer to you for 6 weeks of no hair washing, it looks good. I can't deny that, but I just don't know what it is firsthand.
You've been around my hair before unwashed, even longer. I've gone years in the past.
Years?
That's not true.
You've not gone years.
I swear I have.
You know what?
It's been a long time. I was washing it on a regular basis up until about 2 months ago, and I just stopped caring.
The amount of money that you're saving on conditioner and shampoo is astounding, actually.
And this is true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can spend it on
maybe there's
other
something
things.
to it. Yeah, like baseballs. For the major leagues because they need it.
So that was your tidbit about how you're doing your little thing on baseballs?
I don't like when you belittle it like that, but yes, that was my thing. I couldn't believe how many baseballs are being used in a major league game. It's an interesting thing to talk about. I bet you people don't realize there's that many baseballs being spoiled in a major league game.
I can't give up the idea of, are they keeping the ball that hit the ground in a grounder, but they get rid of the one that hits the ground when he pitches? When the ball hits the dirt, it's almost 100% of the time spoiled. But not when it's a grounder. A grounder is spoiled sometimes. The pitcher will get it back and spoil it, and then sometimes they'll use it and pitch the pitch. Well, I think the pitcher wants a scuffed ball if they know how to use it to their advantage, and then other times it must distract them because they're like, everything's got to feel just perfect.
I think it's two things from what I read. One, it's I don't want to use this ball again. It was just hit on me. And two, it's now dented or it's not a fresh, perfectly round ball anymore.
Which I think if you knew what you were doing, like if you were a knuckleballer, like maybe that having a dent in there would be good.
Yeah, maybe that helps you. Maybe that'd be a good thing. I don't know. It's a good question. Anyway, that's my little bit, Omar.
Yeah, well, congratulations. That was a solid.
Wait. Josh, knowing you,
yes.
Does this tie into a travel story, perhaps?
It does not. There's no travel story here. And my topic is not a travel story either, so suck it.
No friends from middle school or elementary school? Nothing?
This is a down the middle of the fairway topic I'm about to lay on you guys.
That's interesting as one, too. It's good, though. I'm kidding. Dave, how are you doing, Dave?
Listen, that's not the order. I'm going to go to you next, our biggest critic.
Dave's always last, Omar.
Omar is always in the house. How are you doing, Omar? And
I've learned some new terms. I wanted to drop one on you guys. You ready?
Yeah.
Jevons
what?
paradox. Jevons.
Spell it.
Jevens. Jevons paradox.
Yes, I know exactly what that is, but maybe you should explain. Yeah, explain it to Dave. I know what it is.
Dave, you know what it is?
Yeah, well, I want to hear Josh explain it.
Well, listen, I think it'd probably be better coming from Omar. It's his topic. I don't want to take away his airtime. So
I don't understand.
I know
all
what
the time. I'd rather you explain it much better. Can you explain it to me?
Sure. It's Jevin was little Timmy Jevin. Actually, is that who's from? Little Timmy Jevin. He was quite the kid. Incorrigible young lad, and he had such a paradox when he came home from school. But I'm gonna stop it there and let Omar tell the rest.
All right, that's fair enough.
No more, Dave.
Yeah.
You want to take a guess?
Well, based on that lead-in, when it rains on your wedding day, I don't know.
What is Jevin's paradox?
I don't know.
Tell us.
Okay, Jevons paradox occurs when technological progress increases the efficiency with which a resource is used, so it's used more efficiently, but the failing cost of use induces the increase in demand enough that the actual resource use is increased rather than reduced. A good way of looking at this is like highways. Yeah. Highways are more effective; they get more congested.
Oh, I see.
So the better something is, the more it's used, and the more I see what you're saying. Yeah. So what we should learn from Jevons paradox is to do everything half-ass. Is that right?
Never let perfect get in the way of good. That's definitely this podcast.
Thank you, Timmy Jevin.
Yeah,
Timmy.
And speaking on that same line, something happened to me that's not happened in a long time.
Well, we know it's not hair washing.
Yes. I was pulled over by an officer of the law.
Yeah.
And I was unable to talk my way out of a ticket.
Oh.
Wait. Okay.
I have talked my way out of multiple moving violations.
You've never gotten a ticket before?
It's been a very long time.
Okay. So you were pulled over for what? Were you speeding?
And actually, a better answer, a better question, if you were actually thinking about how you're going to ask it, would have been, a lot of people haven't gotten a ticket before. That's easy.
Yeah. Have you ever
talked your way over and not get a ticket?
Yeah. How many times has that happened? Where you've been pulled over?
7 times.
7 times.
In my life, I've talked my way out of 6 of them until
What's your technique?
That's amazing.
I feign complete ignorance and I say I'm a terrible driver, or I should have been getting a higher ticket, or
You say you're a terrible driver. Mm-hmm. That's not really good.
I live in New York. I don't even drive. Like, this is a whatever. Or I'll make a joke about I'll always make fun of myself and in some degree try and just whatever, make them laugh, and it usually works. And this guy had nothing to do with it.
Wait, I don't understand how I'm saying you're a terrible driver is you're eliciting
because
sympathy?
I'm so sorry. I'm sure I broke like 7 laws, but like, which one were them? It's not very good at driving. And like, well, you were just speeding, or you made a right turn on a red light, or whatever. I'm like, sure some more. I'm sure there's more.
So you're admitting, you're just admitting to all the citations.
Yes, it's the Judge Dredd approach. Right? This is the whole thing. My dad would tell me whenever I get pulled over, don't say a word and let's go to court.
Yeah.
But no, quite the opposite. The Judge Dredd approach. Do you know who Judge Dredd is?
It's Sylvester Stallone, right?
Yeah. Yes. Who's Judge Dredd in this situation?
It's a movie.
Judge Dredd was a police officer who also played judge, jury, and enforcer.
Executioner.
On the site. He was empowered to do all 3.
Right.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And so me acting this way, a fealty. You know how to spell fealty, Dave?
Fealty.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right.
To the officer who was in front of me.
Yeah.
To show them I'm in your hands. My future is in your hands. and I'm going to tell you all of my sins, while also perhaps engaging you in an intimate way enough that you laugh.
So, were you admitting to murder as well when they pull you over, or do you go up to a felony crime at all, or you just?
I was going 68 in a 45.
Yes,
which isn't that terrible, right?
It's pretty. Well, yeah, that's true. It's not theoretically, it's not bad, but I think law-wise,
it's not like Jay-Z's song, like either, right? So I was going, I was going 55 into 54. Is that the line from his song?
Yes, going 55, and which there are no 54 mile per hour.
Yeah, is that the first? Is that the first ever like hip hop reference from a lyric on our White Boy podcast we've been doing for 3
It might
4
be.
years?
It might be 70 episodes in. We finally have one. It's possible.
Well, who put us on their Instagram? Doesn't that give us any street cred there?
That's true. Rick Ross.
55 and 54.
Rick Ross.
So good.
That's
so
right.
Good.
It is.
We're big in the rap.
Yeah. So and I said, look, I'm sure I was going faster, and I'm sorry, that's unacceptable. I'm never go this direction, but there's no excuse. Can I blame it on my dog? He was driving earlier.
That's what you said? He was driving earlier?
I have no problem throwing Miles under the bus.
Well, yes, except for the fact that they obviously don't believe you.
Yeah, but it's funny that I tried.
It's funny. But he gave you a ticket.
Yes.
Yeah. I've only gotten out of a ticket once, and it's only because my daughter was crying hysterically when the cop came to the window.
Did you tell her to start crying, or she just
No, I actually didn't. She just was. She just lost control and started crying because she thought I was in serious trouble. And it worked beautifully. I didn't mean to do that, but I didn't tell her to do it.
If you did Omar's approach and when they came to the window, go, don't look in the trunk. Like do something, like go with that method. Think that would work?
I think that would. I don't think you could say like, listen, I was speeding. I'm sorry. And by the way, I have probably narcotics and a dead body in the trunk. But
no, but here's the thing, guys. Think about
it.
Every interaction that an officer of the law has with civilians, it's usually not great.
Yeah.
So it's such a low baseline.
That's true, right? For the most part. And what our
readers don't understand is that they probably understand it from listening to me talk for the last 2 or 3 years. I'm sorry for those of you who have to hear me talk. Is that there's not that much, very many things compelling about me either. But the world of Josh and Dave are so staid and black and white. There's nothing there for the people they talk to in this industry that we work in.
I bring
a sparkle.
S-P-A-I-D, right?
S-P-A-I-D, correct. Staid. S-P-A-I-D. Is that I'm just a little bit greater than zero in terms of adding some level of levity. Right? And the bar is just so low in finance.
Yeah.
And here we are.
And here we are. So how much was the ticket for?
I didn't look. I'd left it in the car.
Are you not going to pay it?
I don't think so. It will eventually come back around.
Yeah, that's a smart move. Yeah, I think.
This reminds me of a quick story. Tell me if you think this was a funny thing or smart thing to do. We were at the gym. We're in the parking lot, and we're just chatting.
Who's we?
Me and my buddy.
Okay.
He let's call him Pastor so-and-so. Okay. Because he's a pastor. But he's kind of he's an Omar kind of a guy. He takes life kind of a thrill seeker.
Does he wash his hair?
I'm not sure about his hair. I think he does. I think he's probably pretty particular about his. I would guess he does.
All right.
Anyway, so a police car pulls into the parking lot, and he says, "Watch, police, the popo." They come in, and he watches, and he starts running down the parking lot like he's in trouble, like he's done something wrong.
As a joke.
Yes.
To you.
Well, to the police officer that's driving in.
Oh my God.
So I was standing there like, what?
Is he wearing like a preacher's outfit?
No, he was wearing gym shorts and a.
Okay, so I was going to say, if he did that and you were like an 8-year-old kid, he would probably get like.
Yes, that would be hilarious.
All right,
that'd be pretty funny.
Yeah, he wasn't a priest. He's a normal pastor guy, but he starts running, and then he turns around, comes back, and and the police officer does not crack a smile. He's like, "That's a bad idea to do that."
Yeah,
and that was and I was like, "Wow, that was really gutsy." Like that was, but
hey, anything for a laugh.
I thought that Omar. I could almost see you doing it. Like that's,
as a person of color, no fucking.
Yes, that's why I'm surprised you.
Who's that guy? Got who was that guy's name? Walking with a hoodie on in Florida, Trayvon.
Trayvon Martin. Martin.
Fuck that, dude.
Listen, that's why I was so. I didn't want to say it, but that's why I was so shocked you were able to talk your way out of all those tickets.
No, you want to know actually what helped me do it is because I went to school in Virginia, so I picked up a real knowledge of country western music. I'll just start blaring out Willie Nelson songs in the South. It used to be off every time. David Allen Coe, Hank Williams Jr.
Yeah.
I'm usually playing that.
Yeah, Virginia's not exactly Mississippi, though.
Hey, listen. They all got pockets. But I'm comfortable. Let's be clear. I've never been uncomfortable in this country. Anyway.
That's good.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so. Well, you're born and raised in Baltimore. What are you talking about?
Baltimore has the most deaths in the country right now. It's the worst city in the country.
Is it the most? Is it number one?
Yeah,
homicide.
They're having a real big problem now with homicide.
I don't know. Between the three of us, we got Philadelphia, St. Louis, and Baltimore. Do you think you're talking
per capita?
Somebody doesn't know what you're talking about.
Yeah. East St. Louis.
Baltimore was on the cover of the New York Times like 2 weeks ago about how bad it is.
Yeah. Well, someone's got to be number one, right? Someone's got to be number one.
Look, it has the most overdoses it's the U.S. overdose capital. Fentanyl.
Congratulations.
Again, someone's got to be number one.
I'm surprised you got out of a ticket then. So all those issues. Well,
all right. Dave, how are you doing?
Thank you. I'm waiting for that. I'm doing fine. I'm a week, maybe less than a week away of being a grandpa.
Oh, wow.
So that's new. So by the time we do our next podcast, I might have a picture of my grandson. So looking forward to that.
So wait, hold on, Josh. So, and Dave, can you act like you're not listening for a second? So do we have to feign interest in this?
Yes.
Because if he brings a picture of his grandkid on the next recording, and I'm like, oh my God, blah blah blah. How was the
what?
Baby part?
Labor
part?
Yeah.
Labor. And how's she doing?
Yeah.
Go through that whole rigmarole.
Yeah. It's what society dictates, Omar. Society dictates that you do that.
Rigmarole. David, I cannot wait to see the pictures of the newborn.
RIGERMOLE.
I wouldn't even go for it.
Rigmarole. Yeah. I don't know.
So when Dave announces he's a granddad, just follow my lead, Omar.
Okay.
I'm very good at it.
I do have one other interesting tidbit to add to my intro. Is did I mention that we are having a cicada infestation?
You did. You mentioned it on episode 69.
Well, it's happened. It's an update of my last tidbit. Is that we are completely infested with cicadas. It is an absolute madhouse. When they first come out, they drop like their molten shell or whatever, so they're all on the ground, and they're like drunk and stupid or hanging on a tree, but not making any noise. And then within a week, you can hear this just roar in the background. And now this week, they are just flying everywhere. I mean, like you walk outside, you will have like a monster-sized bug fly that lands on you, and
Are they getting in the house?
No, I don't think so. But we're not in and out of the house people. Once we're in, we're in. Like it's
I'm an indoor cat as well.
We got a swimming pool that's completely wasted. But
I mean, when you say infestation, that means that probably that could mean possession. You're possessed by the demon. But
no, it doesn't. Infestation doesn't mean that at all.
Does that imply that they're infested in your house too? So are there some like your bedroom?
No.
Do you have some in your pants right now? Is that why you're wiggling around so much right now? What's going on?
Listen, they have per acre over 1 million cicadas.
There's a shit ton of them. That's what it means in science terms.
Well, someone told me that there'll be more cicadas birthed in this 3 months than more humans have been alive on the planet Earth since the beginning of time.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Verify that. I have not counted, but that's what someone told me.
Do you imagine whose job it is to figure that out?
Yeah, I know. That would. You'd think that would take a long time.
That's nuts.
It's hard to find.
Yeah.
All right.
Who's counting those cicadas?
It's a tough
1,
job.
2. They keep moving. 1, 2.
And how do you do it by acre? Like, how do you what if one flies out? Do you count that one? Or
I don't know how.
Wait till they come back. That's got to
be such a raw estimate.
Job. All right. Well, let's kick off the episode. Omar, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. So as I mentioned, our podcast is about the three of us getting together and talking about a topic that we have not rehearsed before. I think we've been quoted on LinkedIn as being very funny, and that's what our job is to do over the next few minutes here.
That's quite the quote you dropped there.
Yep, that's directly from someone's LinkedIn. I won't mention who because I don't have his permission. But I do have ways of reaching out to us if you'd like to talk to us and share any nonsense with us yourself. We have an email address, which is friends@fts.media, or davejoshomar@gmail.com. Those are
email number 2.
2 different ways. I would suggest
stop
using
blowing me up. Stop blowing me up.
I don't know.
He's talking about that email address that he made
up
the email address that no one has sent anything to yet.
Or no one's checking, so we don't know. It might have.
No one's checking. It could be filled with all sorts of shit.
It could be. So use the FTS one, friends@fts.media. We have a website called friendstalkingshop.weebly.com. And then we are on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok at Friends Talking Shop, all one word.
Yeah.
I will say that if you follow us on Instagram, you will not go hungry of content from Friends Talking Shop. Not
Every
only
day.
do you have a plethora of posts from the past, look forward to many, many in your future, apparently.
There's a lot on our shelf, so to speak.
You've got to follow us on Instagram.
This dedication is really, I have to say, it's probably it's an interesting question. What are the most surprising things to each of us about each other from doing this? And that's, with me, I never would have guessed Josh could be this committed to anything in his life.
That is
pretty amazing.
A new level of commitment. That's right.
I have a wife and kids. There's a commitment there as well.
Clearly, you're not spending time with them. There's no way they remember your name right now.
Listen, unlike you guys, my brain never sleeps. Keeps going. I keep thinking of things. I put it down. I get working on it.
You don't sleep. He doesn't wash his hair.
That's right.
That's wrong.
Time to make the donuts.
All right, let's kick this off. Omar, I'm looking at you before we lose you to whatever you're smoking over there. Why don't you go first with your topic?
All right. So I had a couple of things, and
you got a beeping in that background, Omar? Is there another beeping? What is that?
Oh my God!
It sounds like a bomb's going to go off.
Do you have a sonar working on it right now?
Yeah. Are you fishing?
No, it was Drake. Sorry.
Yeah, turn Drake off.
Sorry.
Come on.
So there's a few things I was going to talk about on today, and there's things that are concerning me, but it got me thinking about something else I think is kind of a grander topic, and it's fascinating in some ways, I hope, which is this. Let's say, right, that when you're growing, when you're part of a brand or you're building something and you have a brand gets bigger, you might have to make sacrifices for what's in the best interest of the group and or the business you're involved in, or whatever mission you're on. In this case, our mission is spreading nonsense and killing people's time, I guess, in ways that they enjoy. And
you're talking about our podcast.
And I thought to myself, if somebody came to us, like, I don't know, really well-known person who said, listen, we love what you're doing. Like Jerry Seinfeld came with Kevin Hart, and they said, we'd love it, but we need you to do these things, right? And in a certain way, right? In other words, you know how people have managers, you tell them to act whatever a certain way, and where I'm going with this is, do you think that you guys could follow that? Guidance?
It depends what went along with it.
I'm waiting for you to say we love what you're doing, but we have to drop one of us.
This is a two-part question. You got the second part.
Listen, here's
see that coming a mile away.
Yeah.
Listen,
yes,
if it's
I'll drop out Jerry Seinfeld. That's fine. Go ahead, guys.
If it's someone as brilliant as Jerry Seinfeld, who clearly knows what they're doing in the comic department, you almost have to listen. You have to put a lot of stock into that. And if he wants, let's say he wants to buy, let's say he's just a casual observer, and he says, you guys should really do this, this, and this. I think we would try to incorporate that. And if it's something as crazy as getting rid of one of us, we probably wouldn't do that.
Oh, I was waiting for you to say that. Okay.
Right. But hold on, Dave. Hold on. But if Seinfeld goes, I love what you're doing, I want to buy the show and put you on my label and run you through my engines, FTS, Seinfeld Productions. My catch is one of you has to go. Yeah, it's happening. One of us is gone.
Well, what if it's you?
Oh, shit. I didn't think it was going to be me. I thought there was no chance.
You weren't expecting that, were you?
I thought there was no chance it'd be me.
I knew it. It's me.
No, I don't know. I don't know. I think we're all sort of critical in certain ways to this. But
no, I want Josh to answer. So Seinfeld goes, Dave's got it going on. He's a great host. Omar's hilarious. Josh, you're a bit much. I got another person to fill the Josh role. It's Jerry Seinfeld. It's our chance to make it big.
He's going to have to buy me out.
Hold on. Josh, you can still manage the social media.
Yeah, then I'm in. I'm in. Listen, I kind of have to do it. I would make a deal with him if I could do I could be an extra in one of his movies
we'll give you
or something
scraps.
like that.
Yeah,
I need something. I'm not going away empty-handed. Let's put it that way. I'll do it because listen, if it means that you two take off, I would bow out. I would bow out.
I would too. I would be like, if you guys, he sees that going and I'm holding it back.
Right.
I would back out because yes, if it meant doing this forever or having you guys like make it big and I can get backstage passes, I'll take the right.
Now it's gonna hurt. I mean, if you're the one that's got to bow out and the other two just take off, it's gonna hurt.
Omar, what about you? Would you?
Yeah. What would
comply?
You do?
What's the scenario here where I'm the
you
one
painted the scenario? It's
no,
your
wait,
topic.
I know. No, wait. First of all, we skipped over the first part of this question, but for this part,
no, we didn't.
You're saying if I was the one who was not chosen, and they go Josh and Dave.
Yeah.
Seinfeld says, "Hey guys, listen. I love what you're doing. I love the podcast, but Omar is unprofessional. He's unreliable.
Yep.
His hair is so greasy.
Yep.
It smells like elderberries. We got to lose him.
Yep.
You would be all right with that?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because I really enjoy playing the martyr, and like to give it for giving up all that I gave up for you guys to have a career and for the brand.
You would die on your sword.
I would love it. I love stuff like that. It gives me one up on you guys.
Isn't that nice that all three of us would do that?
I don't think you said exactly that you would. I think you were a hanger-on.
No. I said I would. I would need something for it. I said I wouldn't go away empty-handed.
Yeah, I think
I just need something.
That's a partial.
Give me something. Let me have a line in the next Seinfeld production.
Well, you're the guy. Who's the Beatles guy that no one ever remembers? The one who dropped out for Ringo Starr.
Pete Best.
That's you. That's you. That you have that story.
Not me. It's not me.
Well, I'm saying in this scenario,
you would be that's right. You'd be Pete Best.
Yeah,
but no one's. How many times you see an interview with Pete Best? It's not exactly a great story for Pete Best.
Oh, every dinner party he goes to, do you think? Guess what he leads with?
I bet you he doesn't want to talk about that.
Maybe.
Do you think Brian Dunkelman wants to talk about the fact that he was the co-host of American Idol season 1 with Ryan Seacrest?
I don't remember that.
Yeah, exactly. Season 1 of American Idol, there were 2 hosts, Ryan Seacrest and Brian Dunkelman. And the show got so popular that for season 2, they both wanted contract renegotiation. Well, Dunkelman held out for more, and they said, F you, Dunkelman.
We'll just go with Seacrest. Get out of here, Dunkelman.
Yeah, and they dropped him.
Yeah.
And the rest is history. And he's sitting in the back, slitting his wrists.
So you'd be the Dunkelman in this situation.
You don't want to be Dunkelman. You don't want to be Pete Best or Dunkelman.
No. Well, you still have a great story to tell. Like
you do, but it's like it's try when you're 60 years old telling people that you were in the Beatles. And I've never heard of you. How are you in the Beatles?
Because it's interesting though. Like look, Josh has. So without a doubt, Josh has taken hold of and been proactive for once in his life, at least, with the whole branding and the social media of FTS, right?
Right.
Yeah. I guess my point is, David, if I may,
sure.
What if Josh's real propensity and talent isn't even doing that? He's simply doing it because you and I aren't doing it. Could we find somebody who actually could build a brand more effectively online for us besides Josh?
It's a great question.
Listen, if you gave me funds, I'm doing this funless for zero money.
Wait, is it funless? F-U-N?
Yeah, I'm doing it funless and fundless, both of them. Zero. So to build a brand with zero marketing dollars is very difficult, my friend. Yeah. Could we find someone to build it for money? Yes. Yes.
So you think,
Josh, we would never get rid of you unless if it was, forced better for the brand.
Right, of course. But what about any other changes? Were you thinking of any others other than getting just Like,
yeah.
I don't think there's
What were
any
some other
change.
scenarios?
Yeah.
What else would they say that you think might give us pause?
Well, they would be like they would give us more parameters on like behavior, language, dress code. We have to have sponsors, like that kind of stuff.
I do all that.
I'm fine with all that.
I wouldn't do it.
What?
I don't want to have sponsors. I don't want to talk about a Heath bar. Oh, I like Heath bars. Okay. You want to know what? I would do it. I would do sponsors as long as I really like the product. Otherwise, I wouldn't.
Have a sponsor, Deacon Whiskey.
Do you see this hole in my shirt?
Yes, it's a giant hole in your shirt.
Do I just throw your shirt away? Can I keep on wearing it?
You have 15 of those.
But why do I have to throw your shirt away? This for this small hole.
It's not a small hole for the audience. It's a giant hole. Omar, you're forgetting you're on a podcast. Right. It's a giant hole in his armpit of a button-down white shirt, his uniform. You have 15 more of those same shirts.
Okay, so you're saying that you would throw the shirt away?
Yes, I would throw it out.
David, what would you do?
I have some shirts that are pretty nasty and whole, but I like the way it fits, and I keep them for around the house kind of stuff. So I guess it depends on what you're using.
Well, maybe for working out, but that's the difference. Is I agree with you, Dave. It's a T-shirt, but he's wearing a button-down. You're not wearing that. You're not using that for any other reason.
Wait, how did we get here? We were just
I don't
talking
know how
about
we got here.
Yeah,
his topic was. This is what Omar does. Next thing you know, you're in the Omar continuum, and you're
the vortex.
You're 8 miles down the road, and you go, I thought we got off at Seinfeld's exit.
Like Dumb and Dumber going the wrong way on the highway.
Yeah. What the hell is going on?
By the way, just one quick thing. Ask me how the shirt is busted now. Ask me why. I'm not kidding. Like the Incredible Hulk. I've gotten bulkier.
Oh, God. Come on.
Yeah. Okay.
Wait, so you're telling me. You're telling me
to let us answer.
Right. I would. Yeah, he doesn't let us guess.
I don't want to have to. I don't want to have to be this like sellout, and we're part of the corporate machine.
Oh,
are we talking about the shirt or the podcast?
Podcast.
You wouldn't sell out for like a chance to.
That's not a sellout. That's not a sellout move.
No. That's different about getting parameters about like certain things.
Okay.
And like
if the parameters are that we have to talk about certain topics that we really don't care about or we have to make up what we did, then I'm out. I'm not doing that. I'm not going to make up stuff. The whole beauty of this is that this actually is stuff that either happened to us.
Wait a minute.
Us.
No, I get that. But if Seinfeld wants to put us on his platform, says, I'm going to feed you guys topics, but then you run with it, you'd be like, no. I know that's not.
No. It depends on if the topics are, if he says, listen, Dave, here's the deal. You got into an auto accident last week, and here's how you're going to play it. That's different than if he says, I want you to talk about Frosted Flakes versus Corn Flakes. I could do that all day. The first part is like, that's disingenuous.
Clearly, there's a level of who will sell out first. I am quick to sell out. Josh is somewhere in the middle, and Omar is going to.
Well, no, I think that like if we're talking about something here, right? Like really think about this.
Yeah.
Like, are you guys willing to, like, for example, like the press circuit, like going around doing other podcasts? I don't want to do that.
I would do that. I've already
Josh
done that.
would do it.
I've been on another podcast. I like that.
That's a good question. Now, if it's going to take up now if it's time, then it has to be worth it. So if this is like, I'm not getting paid for anything, and it's a lot of time, and it's a real hassle, then that's a totally different thing. But I would, if it's related to someone famous, which is a completely weird hypothetical that we're using.
What if you wanted Dave? What if you wanted you to do it every other day? We had to put out 3 or 4 of these a week.
But how?
Yeah.
It has to be my job. Like that would be it. I can't do my current job and do that.
No.
So,
We're going to say like forget current job. Like he's given us a monster check to leave our current job to do this.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You got to pump this out 4 times a week. You good with that?
I would.
I think I'm good with that too.
Yeah.
Omar?
Why wouldn't you? I enjoy doing it. If this is what I'm doing for
now, it would
living.
exhaust me as far as thinking of topics. Oh my God.
Well, I think about like talk show hosts that do sports every day.
Every day.
We would have to have writers. We'd have to have writers.
I don't want writers.
We'd have to have writers, dude.
I don't want
writers. We're doing content every single day.
Yeah.
Like
you could have Colin. You could generate content.
It out. We'd have to figure this out.
We have to have. We would each have to have our own Farnsworth, right? Who are like a no
what?
Someone who follows us around with an umbrella and basically like track our days, and then like create content from that.
Create content from the days. All right, that's interesting.
What is that? A ham sandwich? Write that.
By
down.
the way, hey, listen, not for nothing. I've had 2 different people email me on LinkedIn about wanting to be a ghostwriter.
Come on. I don't want any ghostwriters.
For what?
Well, they could be a ghostwriter for you. They could be a ghostwriter for you. Yeah.
To write what? Your biography?
I that's why I think it's ridiculous.
I thought you meant to write for your topics on the show.
About me and whatever the perceptions.
About your life?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. They just have to listen to this. If they listen to the 70 episodes, they could pretty much get the gist of your life.
It like a Indo-American Pakistani tragedy. It's just
it writes itself, really.
It does. It writes itself. Yeah.
Oh.
There'll be three chapters on your hair alone.
Yes.
I think I gotta say something. I think that Josh, guys like you and me, we're a dime a dozen, man. Dave is the backbone of this podcast. It's true.
What a reversal that was. Yeah.
You change your tune so often. It's unbelievable.
I'm just stating facts.
All right. I got to tell you something, Omar. This was a pretty good topic. I liked it.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was good.
Yeah.
Let's go to Josh.
All right.
Josh, what's your topic?
So look, I've been doing, as you mentioned, the social media posts and everything. And so one of the areas that you guys asked me to go down that we didn't. So when we started with a website, right?
Yeah.
And we just pumped the website. We put content on the website and we stayed there. And then we said, you know what? We're really missing the boat here. We need to be on social media, right? So then I said, okay, I added YouTube. Put them on YouTube. But we didn't put videos first. We just put the audio on YouTube and it was a little different. Like, no. We got to get really where the kids are, the social media. So we went on Instagram. I went, okay, I have Instagram. I know how to use Instagram. No problem. Instagram, I need a little bit of tutoring on the posting because I didn't do a lot of posting on Instagram. But fine, we added Instagram. But then, Dave, you said, we need TikTok. Remember that?
Yeah, well, yeah.
You said that's where the kids are.
That's
TikTok.
where the kids are. That's right.
So I did it. I opened the door and went on TikTok. And I'm going to tell you something. We've been on TikTok, Omar.
Oh.
Yeah, geez. Thanks for showing up.
Right now, I'm Ed McMahon, okay?
Yeah.
Just being supportive.
Yeah.
But here's what I've noticed. Since we've been on TikTok, I've obviously used TikTok. And this is the first time I've ever used TikTok. Okay?
Yeah.
And I used to think before, because my kids were on TikTok constantly. My wife, no TikTok. Me, no TikTok. So I used to think TikTok was innocent. When everyone's talking about, TikTok, it's no good. We need to ban it. We need to get rid of it. I thought, why? These kids are just lip syncing to their favorite songs and doing dance moves and stuff like that.
Yeah.
However, now I'm on TikTok. And now I'm seeing what's on TikTok, by the way. So I'm not just posting. I'm perusing because I want to see if I'm doing it right and what other people are doing. Holy shit. If you guys have any clue what's on TikTok? Do you know what's happening on TikTok?
Yeah.
Chinese misinformation, Russian?
We'll get to that in a second. But here's some of the things that TikTok thinks I want to see. Okay, that I've noticed over and over again.
Based on your search results, probably.
Well, I'm not even searching. I'm just going through and just, either it's from what I'm posting or what I'm seeing. And maybe I pause on it and I look at it for a little long. So here's some of the things, and I wrote them down. Okay, I'm going to tell you what's actually happening on TikTok that's blowing my mind.
Yeah.
The first thing I see is that there's a lot of DJs that are playing for nobody. So they have their DJ equipment set up, and they're usually older dudes, by the way. Dudes. DJ equipment set up, they're facing the camera, and they're playing for a room that doesn't exist. It's just a virtual room.
I don't know. It sounds spot on for you, Josh.
It's bizarre. And they're dancing, and they're playing
this podcast is.
Well, yeah, that's a good point. But at least we're talking to one another. They're playing music for nobody.
No.
For nobody. Okay, that's the first thing I see.
Okay. You get a lot of that. That's not just once.
A lot of that.
Really? Okay.
A lot of that. I don't understand what the hell's going on. Then it's old dudes playing. You notice a pattern here. It's a lot of old dudes. Old dudes playing video games. Like, it's not like teenagers playing video games. There's one that keeps coming up. He's got to be 65 years old playing Call of Duty. And he's filming himself and putting it on TikTok playing Call of Duty.
Can you see him, or is it just
yeah?
the
You
screen?
see him. You see him.
But you see the screen too.
Yes, and you see the screen too. Yes.
Okay, that
Bizarre.
somehow found. Okay.
Then I see a lot of people playing like Madden Football or MLB The Show, which is another video game. It's a baseball video game, but they're wearing the jerseys usually of the teams they're playing for, and it's very strange. And they're on their headsets, and they're just talking to the screen and yelling at the screen as plays happen. So it's very weird.
Yeah.
Now it gets weirder. The other thing I'm seeing a lot, there's a ton of people at their jobs who are live streaming their jobs. And the jobs are very boring. There is one that keeps popping up of this dude working at a convenience store, like almost like a gas station. I think it's like a gas station convenience store. And the camera's just in the corner, and it's just him making change and doing transactions. And I'm like, who's watching this?
Aren't TikTok only like 40 seconds long or something?
No,
This is a live stream?
Some of them are live now.
So are you enjoying it?
No, it's very weird. Then there is a guy who has a basement full of movies, DVDs, right? His basement is every wall full of DVDs. And this is what he does. And I shit you not, this is exactly what happens for hours on end. And how do I know? Because I've watched it. I've watched it way longer than I should have. People write, hey, do you have Saving Private Ryan? And then he runs to the part of the room and he goes, I got Saving Private Ryan. And he shows you the case. And someone goes, hey, do you have Minions 2? And he runs to the other side of the room and grabs, I got Minions 2. And the guy's got every movie, whatever anyone writes on the screen.
I actually think that's pretty entertaining.
First time I saw it, Dave, I'm like, whoa. Then I started to name some weird movies. I started to type in, and he was ignoring me.
You actually responded to him?
Yeah, then I'm doing it. Then I'm like, hey, do you have this? Yeah, but he was ignoring me for some reason. Maybe I'm not doing it right. I'm not sure. I mean, there's tons of things that go through his screen, so maybe just cherry picking.
In our quest for this irrational attempt at stardom, TikTok's probably our greatest avenue for that, because if we start doing something that becomes viral and gets hit on one of their algorithms.
Well, that's what Dave said. That's why he said we should be on it. But we're really not
David
getting.
Doesn't even know how to spell the algorithm, Josh. Much less what it means.
Hey, he spelled quite a bit so far in this episode, so I wouldn't challenge him. Yeah. Are you going to keep going?
GOLRITHM algorithm.
Yeah, I didn't even follow it. But
I have to look at. I have to write it down.
The weirdest one of all is this grown-ass woman. She's not old, but she's definitely an adult. And she's dressed in a Disney fairy princess outfit. And for some reason, this one pops up for me a lot.
What is she doing in the video?
She sings.
Oh.
And she takes requests of Disney songs. And
people, all live streams.
These are live streams. And people request songs, and then she sings the Disney song. She's quite good, by the way. She's very good.
Did you ask? Did you put
I did not ask. I did not request a song. But I'm just thinking, like, this is what's going on, and people are doing this all day and night.
Yeah.
I don't know how often this woman puts on her Disney princess outfit. And she's got different ones, by the way. I've seen her in Cinderella. I've seen her in Belle. I've seen her in all these different outfits. And she just sings these songs. I don't like it. I don't push the heart. Why it keeps coming up on my feed? Maybe because I stick around.
The seconds that you're watching it, the algorithm sees that's what you are putting your eyeballs on, and it will try to find other things like it.
Isn't that crazy?
Because my TikTok that I have, which I barely use, is like I've watched Nate Bargatze do like eclipse, right?
Nate Bargatze comes up all the time for me.
He does.
All the time.
And so that's what I get is mostly stand-up comics doing bits.
I get animals getting killed by other animals.
Oh, that's awesome. I'd see that. I'd like to watch that.
Do you share that with your dog? That's not
no. It's like it's in nature, like nature.
That's
what it's figured out for you. Strange.
That is weird. That's all you get?
No. I get
But neither of you have seen any of the things that I've described.
No live stream stuff.
Interesting. How about jobs? There was another one of a line. I watched this one line cook for like 20 minutes. It was at a restaurant, and you just watch them work behind the line at a restaurant. These cooks, these chefs, and I'm just watching it like an idiot. And I'm like, this is not entertaining at all.
I could be creating content.
You're waiting for something to happen.
Yes, I'm waiting for something to happen because it's live, it's real. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah. Well, but these people, I don't know. I'm a little confused, David. How does this tie into us becoming stars? So what was it? What was the output of this research?
Here's what I was going to say. What I was going to bring it back to are two things. I was going to bring it back to number one. I now see how people get manipulated on TikTok. By the way, I can see that very easily.
Yeah,
because you can put stuff on there very easily, and if you just click, you like it or watch it too long, boom, another thing like it comes up. And so you could go down a rabbit hole real quickly on a topic that maybe you didn't intend to, right? So that's number one. The second thing is, I don't know how to create. I think we're doing a good job on Instagram. I think we're doing a good job, period, number one. I think it's entertaining stuff, or I wouldn't put it up there. But for some reason, it doesn't seem to be sticking with YouTube or with TikTok. And I'm looking at this other stuff going, how is this more entertaining? I don't understand how this guy running around his basement getting movies that people call out for hours on end is entertaining. How is that entertaining? How is it entertaining to watch a DJ?
That sounds like kind of a cool thing.
I'm going to search for that guy when we're done.
Actually,
see, this is what I'm talking about. You guys want to see it now.
I do. I want to see it.
You want to see it. There's another guy who does toys.
Because it's
weird. He's got a whole room full of toys, and people shout out toys, and then he goes and finds the toy and shows it to the screen.
This guy's my spirit animal.
There's like a bunch of these people.
I wonder how much dough he makes. He's probably living large.
Could you imagine? Just imagine this for a second. Every morning you wake up, you turn on your phone, and you live stream in your room again, just picking out movie titles. And that's all you do for hours. And he does it with such fervor, by the way. It's not like, oh, yeah.
Oh, I'm sure.
I got Naked Gun 22 and a half. You know, he's not. He's doing it with fervor. Like it's like the first time. Like he's so excited to show you his movie collection. It's wild.
What if you find out he makes $100,000 a year doing that?
Oh my God, I'd shoot myself.
It's possible
because society is doomed.
Pre-planned that becomes popular.
How does this tie back into helping us grow the brand? I'm confused. What are you talking about?
I'm just telling you my journey down the TikTok.
Well, Josh, can we just talk about the Internet Brown Grill in the room? Are you the right person to help us grow the brand on TikTok?
Yes, I am. Well, on TikTok, I'm not sure. I seem to be missing the mark on TikTok.
Omar,
but I'm putting the same stuff out there. Listen, I can't be putting so much stuff. It's too much. I can't be putting different things out on TikTok than I do Instagram.
Now it's too much.
You're killing me.
Live stream yourself making content for Instagram. That's what you should do.
I think if I live stream myself,
it's that movie with Inception.
Yeah,
no, I'm hilarious. I want you to try it. Live stream yourself, going on your computer and making Instagram.
It's going to break the interwebs. You can't do that.
The Matrix will collapse on itself.
Too much.
That is hilarious.
Freaking me out, actually.
That would be so funny.
I dare you.
I think I'd get more attention live streaming myself just working at my computer screens than I would with these funny posts that we're putting out now.
You can't predict where this stuff goes,
it's
right?
Amazing.
Like, that's stuff that gets popular. But can I be serious about TikTok for a second?
Please.
Do an experiment. Try to find something negative on China or TikTok. Search for that. And all you'll get are kids saying, like sarcastically saying something bad about China.
Is that right?
You cannot find it. You cannot find it.
Really?
It's if you do an Instagram, do the same search, you can find stuff that's you realize that China is mean to people in Tibet and stuff like that. But you cannot find
what else you can't find? Dogs.
What do you mean dogs?
Because they eat them.
No, again.
Stop. All right, and get that out in post, Josh.
Yeah, wait.
The second thing that is really
disturbing. Dave, did you see what I did there?
No, I see what you did. You got us canceled. Is what you did.
It's like you flashed me.
Yeah,
an appropriate part.
Anyway, so listen, I've now gone into the TikTok rabbit hole.
Can I say one more thing about TikTok?
Yeah,
my
please.
Is I saw a survey where they asked young people, 20-year-olds, is the unemployment rate at an all-time high or low?
Oh, I saw that. Is
the stock market at an all-time high or low? And all the 20-year-olds, like some 70% said, unemployment is at an all-time high and the stock market is at an all-time low. Like they had the opposite of what's actually true.
I saw that.
So I asked my daughter, who's 20, if that was true, and she goes, and she thought it was negative, or she was surprised it was so positive. I don't know if she answered.
Because like,
why?
Because of TikTok.
Yes, I think it is. Somehow it's getting in and it's cycling through all the negative inflation and shrinkflation and jobs are going, it's this negative. I think it is actually having an effect on young people.
When Dave said shrinkflation, I thought about the scene from Seinfeld with George in the pool.
He was in the pool. I was in the pool.
Shrinkage. Did he say shrinkflation?
Shrinkage. He didn't say shrinkflation. He said
shrinkage. Should not be regulated.
But Dave,
is that what the question
That is exactly.
Yeah.
Yes.
I do. I think TikTok should be sold or stopped. I really do. I've come all the way to that.
It's got. You know what? This is how I let off the topic, Omar. I said I used to think it was very innocent, where kids went and lip synced to songs, and there's a lot of that. Don't get me wrong, but if you just lay your eyes on something that's misinformation, and you just listen to it for a little bit longer, you're going to get a ton of that, and then eventually it might seep in, and maybe you heart something.
Yeah.
And then you just go down this rabbit hole, and then you're just bombarded with the same path of misinformation.
You're talking about banning it or regulating it?
I'd like to see it regulated. I don't want to ban it. I put too much effort into it at this point.
If it's not regulated, though, I would ban it. In its current form, I would ban it. It's no good. I'm sure 20-year-olds that would listen to this think we're a bunch of boomers, but I think it's true because it's death by 1,000 small cuts.
It really
you can't
is.
prove any single one, but I think it is having an effect on young people that are spending time out.
Here's the problem, Dave. Where is this adult Disney princess going to sing if it's banned?
Yeah.
What happens to her? She has to now get a real job.
We should let her in.
By the way, not for nothing. And listen, this isn't the John McLaughlin hour, to be clear. We're not a political show.
That's correct. That's
How
right.
did that happen?
But I will say this one thing, which is clearly hard to refute. David, do you know spell refute?
REFUTE.
Yeah,
that was an easy one.
Which is
REFOOT.
Yeah.
China as a country has obviously made a lot of companies in the U.S. set up shop there. It's either source code, technology. That is not something that that's kind of whatever. It's a real thing. So I just guarantee there's a real strong chance that the technology they used for TikTok was because they had this head start because they were just taking our stuff and then building on top of it.
There is no question in my mind that there are creators on TikTok that are there for nefarious purposes.
Totally.
And a lot of them. And I didn't realize that until I went on it.
Yeah, people that are on it that are the Disney princess and the movie guy. They're not nefarious in and of themselves. But
no, but what it shows me though is that anyone could get on there and capture a little bit of attention, except us, FTS, of course.
We deserve it.
Anyone else can do that. And what I mean, this is what I mean. I keep getting live streams of DJs, middle-aged DJs playing to nobody, and I've never liked any of it. And this is my point. This shit's happening to other people with other information.
I tell you why. One of the things that's actually hurting us, I'm not kidding, our name.
You think?
Our name, totally. Our name is the opposite of like cachet or interesting. We can't make it much as we really want it to be, perhaps. And I tell you, because I mean, I
don't think it's our name because we hashtag stuff and
but there's no like
that people search for.
There's no Josh cachet, David.
You want to change our name after 70 episodes?
How do you spell cachet, David?
FU.
There's no.
He nailed that one.
There is no cachet.
Yeah, I hear you. We're not changing our name.
You can't do that.
I got too much shit already created. It's done.
That's like
I like it.
Disney
FTS
princess.
can stand for a few things. You could put some slang on that. People can make their own. I think there's something there. Anyway, so there's my journey down the TikTok hole, and I think it's unique. Well, it's not unique, but it's interesting.
I think about what would get us to go viral. You know what? Maybe if we had interviewed and did an exorcism on the show or something. Or
I don't even
think
not doing that.
But
not
that's my
Seinfeld
point, Omar.
recommends that.
Omar, that's my point. We don't even have to do anything crazy.
But
this
I
guy
actually, you want to know what? I'm going to volunteer
his...
myself right now. I'm going to hire Scott Schmelerin. You know, Josh,
Who?
he goes on the Stern show.
Scott Schmerin?
Scott Schmerin. Exactly.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
And he'll come on the show and he'll hypnotize me. And I'm willing to do it for content. It'd be hilarious.
Interesting.
Yeah,
that would be funny.
I'm into it.
Funny. Yeah. All right. Anyway.
Maybe that could be the show. Is what will Omar do next? We could do another sort of side project. We could hypnotize him.
We could make him do whatever we want. I like.
Throw him out of an airplane. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff we could do.
By the way, so far I've never seen Josh and Dave more excited about saying a word than they both were a few minutes ago when they used the word nefarious. It was so ridiculous.
Insidious. I said.
Get out of here. It's a very common word.
They're just names of horror movies. All right. Well, my topic is also a social media. So we're always synced up. We're
synced up.
So what I'm finding, my social media sin is not Instagram and TikTok, but it's still Twitter or X. For the stuff I follow, it's all sports writers and it's all my sports news. That's where I get all of it. And so if I go to following, perfectly fine. If I go for you, holy crap, is that like a mix of the worst stuff imaginable.
Okay, so let's clarify that for the boomers who don't know what you just said. Yeah. So following is all the feeds of the people you purposely have said I'd like to follow them.
Right.
And for you
is all the things that Elon says.
Yes, the algorithm. Yes, exactly.
Like it'll be, look at this guy, he's got stabbed in the heart 3 times, or everything it's the worst stuff imaginable. So
wow.
So on the right side of my X is all the stuff I want. On the left side, all the awful. How can it be in the same little screen on my phone? But anyway, one of the things that I made the mistake of following is a lot of these lists of like getting ripped in 30 days. This is what you got to do, or this is like this or that. And one thing that I keep getting, and I'm kind of obsessed with it, is just this always improving yourself, like this. And the big thing is morning routines. This is what you got to do every morning if you're going to be, reach your maximum.
But we know your morning routine. It's Wordle.
Yes, but you're right. I'm back to a morning routine. Well, I want to quiz you on a new
Josh,
one.
your memory. I mean, you're like Gary Delabate with your memory. I mean, it's crazy.
You don't remember that, Omar?
No.
Well,
you got to Wordle to it first thing.
God, that is impressive.
You know how I do it? Do you know how I do it? I'm going to give you the secret. Do you know how I do it, Omar? I listen to what he says.
I'm listening to him. I'm very engaged right now.
All
right. Well, I want to read you a typical list of what you're supposed to do every morning, and Wordle is not one of them. Although someone did give a survey that said, "How do you do Wordle? Do you do it first thing in the morning, or as you go to bed at night, or sometime during the middle of the day, like a psychopath?" I thought that was a funny way of
like a psychopath. First of all,
it's true.
You know when I
should
do
be done first thing or at the end.
I bet you when I do it is the most common time most people do it.
When you're having a movement.
Yeah, it's poop.
Yeah,
it's poop time.
There goes Josh again. Any chance he gets.
It's not any chance I get.
This is why we've never hit it big, Josh. It's the censors always say no.
I don't know what's grosser, is Omar's hair or your phone.
It's the poop time. That's when you do Wordle. By the way, that's when I post sometimes. So get ready for when you see a post. You know what time. It's the perfect time to post.
Thanks for letting me know that. Okay, well, here's a routine. So this one is my routine if I had to lose 30 pounds in 12 weeks.
Go ahead. So I thought it was things you do in the morning. I thought you're doing things.
Well, it's the same idea, but this is the morning stuff.
Okay, go ahead. With the morning stuff.
Maybe said, it's a similar list, but no breakfast.
No, come on.
No, you're not on
ridiculous.
That? Omar,
I don't have breakfast.
Yeah, I don't either.
I eat breakfast every morning.
But cereal. You have morning coffee. That's it.
No. I do not have morning coffee.
Josh, do you think that you could plank for longer than 30 seconds?
Yes, I know I can.
Yeah, Josh, you're proving my point here.
Yes, I know I can.
You're the opposite.
Interesting.
Actually have some creatine every day. This is an everyday. I'm backing up my morning routine. This is an everyday routine. I copied the wrong thing.
Wait, hold on a second. Is this your routine or what you read to do in the mornings?
This is what the experts are telling him to do.
Every day.
Yes.
Sorry.
So creatine, waking up. What else?
No breakfast. Only morning coffee, morning caffeine. That's it. Okay? And creatine is there.
No.
10,000 steps daily.
No.
Do you know how hard it is to get 10,000 steps in?
I tried that.
It's a lot of steps.
That nonsense.
That's a lot of steps.
If you're working in a warehouse, maybe, but that
flies in the face of no Sweewo. Flies in the face.
Yes.
Yeah.
7 hours of sleep minimum.
Yeah, I do that.
Easy.
That I
You're
get.
there. You're there.
That's the first thing you said that I actually do. Everything else I do the opposite.
How about 150 grams of protein every day?
I have a burger every day.
Maybe. You have a what?
Pizza.
Did you just say you have a burger?
Every day.
Every day.
I thought you eat pizza every day.
Fries. Burger, pizza, and French fries. Yeah.
Omar, did you just see the news that Morgan Spurlock died?
Josh, look, I'm a fatalist, okay?
Did you see that news?
Yes.
Do you ever see Super Size Me?
I don't eat at McDonald's. I'm eating like rigatoni bolognese from like nice restaurants.
But burgers. You said you just eat a burger and fries every day.
By the way, I'm having a problem with that burger place, by the way. They're fucking with me. It sucks. No, they're not giving French fries. They're bringing plantains. Sorry.
Plantains? Are you ordering fries and they're putting plantains in the bag?
And I complained, and next time I ordered French fries, they said hash browns. They're like, and no ketchup. Weird. My favorite burger place. Anyway, David, I'm sorry. Go back.
Next one. All right. 7 hours sleep. I said tons of water with electrolytes.
I do water, no electrolytes.
Gatorade.
I drink. Yeah, I know, but I drink a ton of water.
You do?
It's all I drink is water, by the way. It's all I drink is water.
No coffee.
No, I don't drink anything else but water for the most part.
You'll
I'd have
like
iced tea every
or something, right?
I drink
but social settings.
Okay. Right. So every meal should have protein, potatoes, and vegetables. Every meal.
I'm so close, but no vegetables.
Yep, I probably should do. If for snacks, it should only be fruit, protein shakes, and Greek yogurt.
Okay, no. I do fruit for snacks.
Man, this is how rich people eat, dude.
I don't snack that much. You are a rich person.
No,
I don't snack that much.
I'm a chef.
You need a chef to eat
Go
yogurt?
Grocery shopping. And the last one is to lift weights 4 times a week.
Oh yeah,
once a week.
I busted out of my shirt recently.
Your electric shock treatment doesn't count as lifting.
Yeah, you saw me with my shirt off. Wait till you see
your suicide vest.
I don't think I did. I just saw the hole in your shirt.
I'm getting to the point. Do you guys know what the Joe Piscopo paradox is?
No. Yeah, is that when you peak way too early and then
it's
your
when
career
really
goes down,
funny, but then you get really buff and good looking, and because you're good looking and buff now, you're no longer that funny.
I don't think he was good looking. He got real buff though,
and they ruined his comedic. He
did get buff. Okay, I'm gonna. Yeah. Okay. So does good looking have to go along with buff, or can you be buff and still not be funny?
It's not a one correlation, but it's approaching one.
Because Carrot Top is like ripped now.
Yes, that's true, my point.
Right. And he still sells out shows.
Yep.
In Vegas.
Well,
he's got a residency.
Listen, paradoxes are sometimes, black swans exist, Brett.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
true.
The exception
whoever wrote that list, Dave, I take exception to a lot of that.
They're constantly on Twitter. It's the morning routines. It's this what you do to be a man. This is what you need to do.
Can you unfollow that? Just unfollow that crap.
Yeah, that's the problem. Is now the algorithm has me stuck. But I am kind of obsessed. I feel like I want to pick one of these lists and actually follow it. I want to.
You like lists. You know what I've noticed about you?
Lists.
You love lists.
Yeah,
you do. You're a
I
big
would like
list
it if
guy.
every day I woke up and someone handed me a checklist and that was what my day was. I would actually love that. I'd like to be able to.
Don't tell your wife that. She'll do it.
Good thing she doesn't listen to this podcast.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Does. Well, that was all I had. I didn't have a lot of content this week.
That was good though.
I'm just working.
David, you're not here for content.
That's right. I'm here to wrangle you content makers here.
Yeah, well, it's obvious now. Seinfeld is going to dump you first if you want to.
David is the coxman. He's a coxman.
He's a coxman. COXMAN.
Oh, it's an X, right? All right, well, let's wrap up the show here. Yeah. I think before anyone gets hurt, I think we'll end it. Again, please, we'd love to hear from you. Friends at fts.media or davejoshomar@gmail.com. FriendsTalkingShop.weebly.com is our website.
Dave's too cute.
Follow us. Smash that like button at YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. at Friends Talking Shop.
There we go.
So until next time, which will be episode 71, which might be better than 70. I can't imagine, but it's possible.
No, it's possible.
We look forward to seeing you. Bye, everybody.
See ya.
Smell ya.